What's up, guys? This is Cryptocurrency Trader speaking, and today we're going to be going over some trading basics. I've been doing Twitch for a long time now and trading both cryptocurrencies and normal stocks and shares. I've seen a lot of people joining trade groups and analysis groups and these paid groups, and it's just ridiculous. I've seen some stupid ideas and stuff that people have been coming up with. So I just thought I'd start a YouTube channel and start giving my opinion on what I see happening, where I think good places for shorts and longs would be. I use BitMEX for a lot of my trading just because it's easy. You don't have to do know your client details, etc. And I've been using it for years. It's just reliable for my use anyway. So we're going to start with Bitcoin, and we're on the monthly chart. First things first. I'm just going to go over how you should be setting up your trades. So if you got one Bitcoin in your trade, you should not be risking more than 2% of your capital. So this means if you got on your BitMEX account one Bitcoin, you should not lose more than 0.02 of your account in that trade if it hits your stop loss. Okay? So one Bitcoin, you should not lose more than 0.02. 2% risk in each trade is what you should be doing. I've seen people with minus 40%, minus 50%. I've seen people lose their whole account on one trade that's gone underwater. You should not be doing that, guys. People are going to get liquidated as more people start putting money into this space. Whales are going to push prices around more and more. It's going to become very volatile like it always has been, and you're going to lose a lot of money if you don't, be careful with your trades. Okay. Secondly, you can be in a long trade and a short trade. And what I mean by that is what I've done. So I had shorts positioned at this price target. It's a very important monthly and weekly target between 13 to 14, well 13,671 to about 14k. So what I did was, if I remove this box for now, I had shorts from this level up to this level. I've laddered them in, which means I've put in more than one order. So I might have put one order at this level, another order at that level, another order at that level. I've got another order at this level. That means if it wicks through a couple of them, it's got to hit all of your prices to be fully in that trade. And what you do is you have a stop loss above the swing high. So I'll do a stop loss in pink. You would have your entries here for the short. And the reason why I put them here is if I get rid of these boxes, if we look on the monthly trade, people tend to just stick to the 5-minute trade, 15 minutes, hourly, 4 hour. You want to start with the monthly and weekly, guys. You need to zoom out and see what's happening on the monthly and weekly basis. It should be the first one you look at. Once you've done that, you can start drawing your lines, and it gives you a better idea of where we're going. It removes a lot of noise. As you can see, the only indicator I've got here is volume, and I'm doing, resistance and support. That's all you need to do, guys. Keep it simple. Where was the previous resistance? It was where this pink line is, right here. Look at that. Lines up perfectly with what we touched. Where would you have your stop loss? If I do stop loss in green, you'd have it above the swing high. It'd be above where this closed out. The wick went up here, but the volume closed out here. This is where most of your stop losses should be. Which means, if you have this box, I'll use this one for now, where you were shorting, you would short in this range, you'd have your stop loss where this green line is. Maybe that's not clear enough. Make that bigger. Stop where that line is. So if it hits that stop loss, you lose 2% of your account. If it doesn't, perfect. And what did it do? It came up, it wicked to that level, and it came back down. And that was immediately a 28, nearly a 30% change in price action. The minute it drops down, you want to put your stop loss, which would have been the green line, where your break even was. So if your break even was here, you put it there. So if it hits back up, you don't lose any of your money, and you write it down and you take profits. So next question would probably be, where would you take profits? Well, you want to take profits, and it's easier to see on the weekly and daily for that, where the previous resistance and support levels were. Let's say you were in this short. Where would you take your profit? You take your profit where the next support is. Where was the next support? It was on top of this. Right here, guys. On top of that. My first profit target was at this level here. Where would you put your next one? Put your one where it closed out, I would have another one there. It doesn't matter if these are close. This is still a big price difference. Nearly $200 price difference. Where would your next one be? Where's the next support? Support's here. Top of this range here, bottom of this range here. Oh, look where we are now. We're at previous support level and resistance level. So automatically, you can start entering closing your position throughout this. And as it goes down, you take profits. I tend to take 10 profits in a whole position. So if I've got 100% of my trade here, I take out 10% at this level, 10% at the next level, 10% out at the next level, until I've taken 90% out of my trade as it's gone down, if I'm in a short or a long. And then I leave 10% open for if it makes all-time highs, you just let it ride out. These trades start as a scalp, but they do turn into these long, really executed trades. And what you want to do is risk very little until you end up making so many trades that 2% loss on one trade is made up for 100% from all the other trades you've made. That's what you need to do, guys. So enough of that. Let's go into where I see us going. If you look on the monthly, this is Bitcoin to US dollars on TradingView. Get rid of that. We've touched a very important monthly and weekly level. We've rejected it. We've come down. We found support at this level here. Where my cursor is here, we've touched the top of that monthly level. Right there. Perfectly. So what do we need to do now? Well, if we go into the weekly, we've held that level and we've made, and that was a slightly, let's zoom in now, because now we want to zoom in to see where we made a slightly higher high. We held that level, and now we held that level. And if we can continue these higher lows, we should make higher highs. Well, what are we going to do next, do you think? Well, we got this resistance level here, which we've touched twice and rejected. We need to break that level and use it as support. If we break that level, we're probably going to be going up to these levels here. This level, this level. We need to break those levels, and when we come back down, use them as support. So if we break this, go up, come down, use that support, go up, use this as support, go up. That's what we want. It's a bullish sign that we're going to keep going up. So if you're not already in your longs, which should have been, I've told people to do your longs here, they were good signals, and do them here, and then do them here, and do them here. You should have taken profits all the way up. You should have taken maybe 60% of your profits, and as it's come down to these next levels, you will add back to those longs. That's what you've got to do, guys. You've got to put your profits back into the position as it comes back down. If you're doing longs, and the same with shorts. If your position's here, it's come down, you take profits. If it comes back up, let's say it comes back up to this level here, which is an important level, and rejects it, you would have added to your position here. You've only used profits from your short originally with your stop loss and profit. Because if it hits here, you add to it and it comes back down, you've made even more profit. Because let's be honest, guys, everyone that's trading, we just want to make money. That's all we want to do. I don't care if this goes up or down. I just want to make money. We've all been there where we become obsessed with the trades and we're hoping it goes up, we're hoping it comes down. If you're doing this very small risk trading, you're not going to have that stress of if it's going up or down. Because eventually you're going to have what I have. You're going to have positions from the bottom and you're going to have positions from the top. I've got shorts from the top as well. Whatever way it goes, you're making money and you're taking profits. It's called hedging, guys. So all in all, we need to hold this level that we held here, which was important on the monthly, as I showed you. We need to hold this level. If we break this level, we're probably going to come down to this level, which I've got here, at 8,300 to 8,000. If we don't hold that, we're going to come down to about 7,600 to 7,400. And if we don't hold that, we're going to come down to 6,400, 6,300. This isn't me using hope. This is me using just basic trading analysis, guys. That's what you need to start to learn to do. You need to get rid of the emotion. Just trade based on price action. So let's go over some of the alts that I've had lots of people question me about. One of the most popular alts that I've had is Ripple. Where do I see Ripple going? It provides great positions for shorts and longs. On the weekly, I like to look at Ripple because it moves so quickly. It was trying to hold this important level here. You know, if you had longs here, you would have an easy stop loss. You would have lost 2%, and it's come down further. Because it's come down further, it's trying to hold this important level here. But I see this touching this red box. Anywhere in this red box, I think it's a good place to start putting shorts. I'd put shorts around the 4,070 level, top of this box, because I see this rejecting this level, as it has done already before. It did it here, and I see it coming down to this green box, between 2,200 to 1,500 satoshis, and I'd probably put a stop loss around 1,250, 1,276, that sort of level. Just I'm trying to teach you guys what to look for, what whales are looking for. I don't want you to just copy my exact price targets. That's why I put rough targets. I want you to see what to look for. You make the decision where to place the longs, shorts, or you buy the coins and where to sell them. I want to help you guys learn how analysis should be seen. Because, keep it simple. Look at how many indicators I'm using. I'm using none. And I can predict price, which I have done for years now, guys, without using RSI or in anything. If you want to use an indicator, the only one I like is volume. That's just because you can see when there's a change in price action. As the volume decreases, you tend to get these pop-offs. You see that here. Price decreases, and it pops. But that's not an indicator. You can't make money just off that. Don't breakout trade. You want to look at the resistance and support levels. You want to see where price is going, and most importantly, wait for the entry. Don't just jump in. You want to place your stop limit or your stop loss, and then your market loss, and then you want to place your position and your profits. Any position I enter, I set automatically 3 profits. So let's use Ripple as an example. This is Ripple to BTC. I'd have my shorts laddered here, so I'd probably have maybe 6 positions in this box, equally spaced, so that if it just goes through a little bit of this level and then comes back up, I've entered some of my position. I would have my stop loss, and now a lot of you are questioning me why I've got my stop loss in the wick. Well, the reason why I've got it in the wick, guys, is because where is everyone normally going to put their stop loss? They're going to put their stop loss below the wick here. That means there's a lot of liquidity, and that means, if you're getting stopped, you're going to get hit by slippage. So if your stop is here, the stock market's here, you might end up exiting your stock market down here, which means you lose more than that 2%. And that's because that's where everyone's putting their money. You want to put it within this volume here, because very few people, only the smart traders, put their stop loss here, because that's where little volume of money is. So if you do get stopped out, you will most likely only lose 2% here. If you put it here or here, you're probably going to lose 6%, 10%, maybe even 12% of your trade, because that's what everyone's putting theirs. And the whole point in trading is to lower your risk. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out, guys. It's simple as that. You don't want to lose your money on your account. I've seen it happen. I've seen people lose their accounts. They've had, 30 Bitcoin in their BitMEX account, and they've lost it all on one trade. You can't do that, guys. So like I said, you ladder in your entries here, stop loss within this candle. I've put, a good stop loss would be 1,276, just an example. That's where I'd put mine. It's up to you where you put yours. And these coins are good if maybe you use Binance or Bittrex or whatever you want to use. Maybe don't use BitMEX. Just buy the coins at these levels. Then you don't have to put stop loss, and you set your sell orders up here. And I've got an example of that with Doge, which is a perfect example. We'll quickly go over ADA, Cardano, because there's another one on BitMEX, where I see it going. This was the level I had shorts, my secondary shorts. We came up, touched it on this wick here, and rejected it. We've come down. I see it's coming down to this bottom green box here, which is about 287 to 271. It's the bottom of the support level here. If you want to put your stop loss, put it inside the wick, so you don't get slippage. And if you want to be really, if you want to try and be risky, well, not risky, but it works out sometimes. I tend to put a couple of positions at the bottom of a previous long wick like that, with a stop loss below that wick this time. So if we do make a secondary touch on this level, you can add your position to this. And if you do get lucky, 178% move, one trade will make up for 30 stop loss times you've been stopped out. That's just an example. You don't have to do that, guys. I see this maybe coming up to this box. If you want to enter more to your shorts, 721, I would add to my shorts all the way up to this level here, 831, and stop loss just above it, around here for 858, sorry, because I do see us coming lower. That's just my analysis. That's all I see. I'm not doing this on hope or anything else. Next level is Tron. All the altcoins I see doing this, I see them going lower to the previous support levels, which should act as really good support when they touch them again. We tend to double bottom in these situations. Here's the best example. We touched the bottom. Let's drill it. We touched this one once, touched it twice, touched it 3 times. It acted support 3 times. Came up. You should have taken your hedged and added to your shorts here. We've come down. You should have added to your profit taking all the way down. Added to your shorts here because this was another important level, guys. Hold the bottom of these wicks. Should have taken profits here. Sorry about that. You could have even added to your shorts here because this was great support here. It's now resistance. We broke it. We came up and touched it. It's now resistance. We're probably going to come back down to these sort of levels. So 69 to 38, and I would have my stop loss around 25 maybe. I've got shorts from here. And that's only from adding to my positions based on previous resistance and support. That's all I've done, guys. Let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin's another altcoin that I see going down a lot. I have shorts from up here, and I had add to them because they expired. So I added to them again here. Just based off previous levels. That's all I've done, guys. Previous levels. There was a squeeze here, which made signs of a support level or a resistance level here. We came up. We did break through it. So, swing high. You should have had positions there if you wanted positions there. We come down. You take your profits at all these levels. You should have exited maybe 80% of your account now on Litecoin. Now we're coming up, testing a previous support level. There was previous resistance in this area. Came down. We kind of tried to hold it as support. Broke above it. Almost touched it, and we've broken below it. Now it's going to be resistance. We've touched it once. We may touch it again twice. If you want to add to your shorts, these red boxes are where I'm looking at. We're probably going to come down to these levels here. I would add 4 or 5 positions in these green boxes. Very low leverage, so you don't really get stopped out. Maybe have your stop loss in the 2300 range, maybe. These aren't exact figures. These are ideas, and as they happen, you guys will learn what I'm looking at. That's what I want you to do. I want you to learn what I'm looking at. Let's look at Doge. Doge is a great example of a coin that I wouldn't trade. Well, I say trade. I wouldn't use leverage. I would buy the coin with no stop loss, and I would just set sell orders. This green box at the bottom is what it touched previously, maybe 8 times. I've set buy orders where these lower green lines are. It's hit one of them already. I've got 1, 2, 3. You want at least 4 buy orders in these areas. 27, 22, 18, and 14. You want to buy all these areas. Because what happens is it touches these areas and it shoots up. And we've seen 300% moves just to this box here. It's about 200% to here, 300% to here. You want to have your sell orders in this box. You want to be completely out, or at least 90% out of your position from the top of this red box. And maybe you can have your last 10% at these levels here if you wish. Because by the time it's hit your second or third profit target, you've made what you've bought in this box. It doesn't matter after that point. So you can exit it fully in this area. And again, you would set your buy orders at this low area. We're just doing this based off what's happened, the last 8, 9 times over years from 2014, and it's now 2019. That's years of going up and going down in these boxes. That's just an idea that I would do. And last but not least, Ethereum to US dollars. We came up, we touched a perfect, I told people to short at this area between the $360 to $400 area. It was great resistance, or great support at previous times, in 2018. Now it's resistance. Surprise. I'm going to keep banging on about this, guys, till you understand this. That's like a 40% drop. Now, the beauty is I will never long Ethereum on BitMEX. I will always short it because of funding. I've made lots more profit on my funding from shorting than I have from longing Bitcoin. Funding is sometimes 3-4% every 8 hours on Ethereum. And if a trade lasts, if you shorted from up here and you've, over a year of shorting down to here, you've made every 4 hours, every 8 hours, a couple of percent maybe. That's crazy. You won't find that in any other exchange, that sort of funding. So what you want to do here is not look for, if you want to long Ethereum, I would buy it via US dollar. I am bullish on Ethereum versus Bitcoin in terms of Satoshis. But I think if you want to short it, always short it on BitMEX. If you want to long it, you want to buy the actual coin itself. Okay? That's my advice because of funding. It's only a little bit, but once you've got a trade that's been open for months, that funding really starts to add up. So if you were long and you were losing 4% every 8 hours, that's a lot of your position that's being, cut down. So where do I see it going? We touched this previous support. It's now resistance. We've come down to this level, $200-ish area, where I had my previous buys. I think I was stopped out of these positions because below the swing high, I had my stop. It was cut out. Now we need to come back up. We need to break above this level here, which is going to be what it was previous support. Now it's resistance. We touched it once. We need to break above it. If we touch it and come back down, I see it's coming to this area here, which is between $174 to $185 area. I would have lots of positions in this because this is a really strong area for us to hold. If we don't hold that, I see it's coming down to these other areas down here, although unlikely, just because of the volume that this has been creating on the dips. The drop in volume suggests we're going to have a big move in either direction, and because we've come down so much, chances are it's going to go up rather than down. If people are the stupid money, people that are jumping in trying to YOLO, the FOMOing the shorts here, because that gives liquidity, we're probably going to pump through those people are going to get liquidated, and then we would come down to these levels. So I would be cautious with Ethereum. But that's all the cryptos I want to go over today. I just want to give you a quick insight to what the whales are going to be looking at, what you should be looking at. Remember, the most important thing is where to put your stop loss. Make sure your stop loss is no more than 2% of your account, and you got to look at the areas. You got to look at the areas to place your position. If you put it at the top of the wick, that's fine. But make sure your stop loss needs to be within 2% of that. So I don't mean 2% move. I mean your account. If you got stopped out, it's no more than 2% gone. Okay, guys, you need to remember that is the most important thing. Is to protect your capital. You've got to protect your capital, guys. Remember, and a scalp and a swing trade, a scalp can turn to swing trade very easily. Every trade starts as a scalp. You take a few profits, you let it ride, it ends up becoming a swing trade. And if you want to long and short, let's say you want to long and short Ethereum at the same time on BitMEX, you have to set up. You can do it, and I would do it in a couple of accounts. Which I would have one account for just longing. I'd have one account for just shorting. That way you can hedge your bets. If you were long from this level here, $93, but you wanted to short at this level at 1,400, well, you keep one account that you were long here. You set up a separate account that you would short here, and you would take profits on each account. Simple as that, guys. So that's all from me today. I want to keep this video as short as possible. I hope this has helped. I'll be uploading videos every week. If you have any particular stocks, I can go over stocks and shares if you wish. I prefer to go over cryptocurrencies because of the volatility and the market never stops. But I'm happy to go over whatever you guys want. I hope this helped. Please like and subscribe if you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next video.